One. Hello, and I am your host, Steve Nana, and welcome to the Manga Podcast with my co-host here, as a Raw, and my bitch host, Green Force Gaming.
We're reading Hajime no Ippo.
You could have said, like, anus roll or something like that. There were so many options for things you could have said.
Nah, man, you the bitch. You the bitch of the group. Plus, so
Hey,
chill.
At least you're our bottom bitch.
Aw, I'm flattered.
I mean, are there how many other types of bitches are there exactly?
Bottom bitch just means you're the main bitch. You need
Queen bitch.
You are too white to be that black.
I'm too white to be that black. What? Like what?
Like inside, you are way too white for this color of your skin.
So have you just been like calling me did you call me Django?
Yes.
And we're off topic again.
I mean, are we really?
This is just the opening to this podcast.
Seriously.
It's us arguing. So, but we read Hajime no Ippo. It's boxing manga.
It's aight.
It's hype.
tight.
It's aight.
Nope, it's hype.
It's aight with the super bitch with the super tits. That's
If
not
it
what I
was
meant
a
to
chick,
say.
you would get so much pleasure.
What? Wait, what?
His huge penis will rock you.
Like a
Will
hurricane?
physically rock you. Yes,
Fist.
indeed, like a hurricane. With a fist.
So how many references was that right there?
I'm sorry, it's not like a hurricane, like a tsunami. We are reading manga.
Ooh.
Like a Sharknado.
Is that too soon or not too soon?
How recent was the most recent tsunami?
Like 2 years ago. No, that was like 2012.
It was like
That's
2
alright.
weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago. Shit.
Yesterday.
Just outside of North Carolina, there was a level 5 tsunami.
George Morikawa was killed yesterday in a tsunami.
His widow.
His widow will write the rest of Ippo.
I mean, would it surprise you if she did it? It's been going on for that long. Might as well at this point.
Yeah,
No,
so
it's-
it's been a manga since 1989.
1989. Something rap song.
Like it's one of my favorite manga.
It is.
These two don't like it as much as I do.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I mean,
I enjoyed it.
I mean,
for what it was.
I kinda
like, I was
hate it.
bored.
but I'm just kidding. I don't really dislike it that
you
much.
also are reading the weakest chapters of the entire manga too, because like it literally gets better every chapter. Like there's no middle point dip at all.
So it's like
Just
Gantz.
keeps
It's
getting-
like Gantz, apparently.
Yeah, except it doesn't start bad. It starts good. It starts pretty good, and then just gets better.
Gets so amazing it rocks your socks off and makes it.
No one ever rapes anybody in this series,
I mean,
so that's a
not
first
that-
for
No?
like the last 5 months of us.
holy shit, you're right. Like I think every series we had like rape so far.
Right.
What about Horimiya?
I'm pretty sure there's rape somewhere in there.
We were practically
know what?
begging for there to be rape.
It raped my soul. How about that?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Horimiya was touched by her dad.
Shit, man. Shit.
I'm not even gonna try to remember what the character's name
I think is it Ashley
she's just
Horimiya?
Horimiya.
Is it that her name?
No.
Oh,
It's like Hori.
It's
or
Hori-san.
Okay, well, then when you name your daughter Hori,
Miyamura.
you are just a terrible parent, and you probably
Yeah,
have
it's
touched her.
Miyamura
too.
and Hori. But
You know what?
God, they were terrible.
With that name, they probably
Speaking
did
of
touch her.
Miyamura and Hori, what were the characters of Hajime no Ippo?
Hajime.
Hajime no Ippo.
First it was Hajime, and then it's No, and then there's Ippo.
Yes.
Alright, so there's Ippo, Makinochi Ippo. I fucking hate this podcast. There's
Does anyone
Makinochi
actually
Ippo, the
enjoy
thing-
this podcast? No. You know what? Let's pause for a minute.
Oh shit, real
People
cast.
watch this.
Like,
Did you waste your time watching our piddly ass bullshit?
they actually.
They do.
God damn, get a life. Tune
Fucking
out.
nerds. Fucking nerds.
Fucking listen to us, nerds. But yeah, Hajime no Ippo. There's Makinochi Ippo, who is
Ippo, the main character.
The main character of it.
His name
He's
is.
the boxerman.
He's apparently just Mike. Apparently he's Mike Tyson or something.
He's the boxer
Well-
man and Doberman.
Essentially, what it is we're outside of the notes. Read it. Just fucking read it.
It's like 80. Okay, straight up. This is like from chapters that literally came out before most of y'all were born. I'm assuming
Yeah.
you watched this. So, fuck you.
Yeah, you can't be spoiled on this anymore. The anime's from the 90s. Fuck you guys. So,
Pretty much.
Ippo starts off
As a bitch.
as pretty much a bitch. Honestly, he's pretty much a bitch.
Gets the shit kicked out of him on a regular basis.
He's physically strong, but that's from just working on a fishing boat, which actually would make you pretty fucking
Actually, if you, it's like you watched Ninja Warrior back in the day. Remember, like the top guy was like a fishing boat dude.
Yeah, no, that shit will make you really strong because that's hard work.
It
Like,
is.
that is hard ass work.
Shit gets
So
heavy.
he's built, but he's pretty much just a
Like-
giant nerd.
Like, I
He
mean,
gets the shit kicked out of him all the time. He won't fight back.
even when he learns how to fight, he's still kind of a bitch.
He is a walking mass of muscle with no brain power to navigate it.
Well, the problem is that he's super smart though. Like they show that in the chapters we read. They have the whole thing where he's talking to his counselor, and he's like, "So why haven't you applied to colleges? You could literally get into any college in this country." He's like, "Well, I want to be a boxer.
I want to be a father.
I'm really feeling it. It's Ippo time."
Why does he ever not say that? He needs to say that. And
No, he doesn't.
damn it.
But so he ends up walking home one day
And gets the shit kicked out of him. And he does.
Pretty much. He's getting bullied. Takamura comes in, who's a big boxerman.
He's like, dude, you're such a bitch. I'm gonna save you, and then I'm gonna punch you because you're still a bitch. Bitch,
Yeah.
bitch. Bitchy bitch.
I don't think he hit him.
I could have, he got knocked out.
He passes out from getting the shit kicked out of him.
I could have sworn he, like, doesn't he hit him eventually?
Well, he hits him multiple times throughout the series. But, like, he beats the shit out of him multiple times in the series.
As
But,
he should.
I mean, hey, man.
To be
Man,
fair,
the bitch.
they are just sparring together.
Admittedly, he's also weighs like 100 pounds more than him, apparently.
And he's also just the God Fist. That's one thing that's important about Takamura's character throughout the entire series. Like you were saying before, Ippo was supposed to be the best one. Takamura throughout the entire series doesn't lose a fight.
Damn.
He's never lost a fight. He beats the shit out of a bear.
Which kind of makes him a bad character.
That makes him a bad character. He's a side character.
Yeah, but
He has a fight every 150 chapters.
okay, so far he shows up a lot in like the first 30 chapters.
Well, yeah, but he's there the entire time, but he doesn't fight all the time. He's a character.
Yeah, but it's like... He just,
Surprise, surprise, Hajime no Ippo mainly follows Ippo fighting.
yeah, but you know what? I can't, you know what? I can't talk about this other series because we haven't read it yet. So never mind.
Exactly.
Shame.
Shut your fucking...
No, I'll talk about it when we get to that series, and then I'll like call back to this.
Okay. But yeah, so Ippo gets taken back to a boxing gym that Takamura trains at.
And then
he's crying because he's like, "Oh no, my mom got called a whore."
and he didn't kill them. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, man, that's like...
The same guys become his friends like 5 chapters later.
Yeah, no, they don't act... Okay, so they don't really...
They're like, hey, we're friends now.
He's like, he's too much of a bitch to be like, no. Y'all
So,
call
like,
me
The
brother.
same exact thing happens in Actual 21. I just wanted to point out.
You know what? That's a series we're never going to read.
The main
Hey.
character...
Ever.
Whoa.
Just
So,
getting that out the fucking bag right here.
so for a bit of a forward on it, the main bully, Umezawa, becomes Ippo's best friend. So, there's that.
Because he's a bitch.
Pretty much, it turns into, like, there's a point where because you guys aren't going to read this.
You're
I already
right.
know.
You're damn right I'm not.
Because,
Yep.
so at some point, like, Ippo's mother fucking passes out,
Oh, the nose!
and then, like, she can't work on the fishing boat anymore, so Ippo's gonna quit boxing. But Umezawa's already his friend, so he's like, "I'll work for the fishing boat."
I'll become the actual boat. He becomes the actual physical boat.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then he flies around like goddamn Thomas the Tank Boat.
Yeah, but and then there's a weird scene where it's just Umezawa being like, "I'm so sorry I called you a whore," and also beat the shit out of your son for 3 years.
I might be a terrible human being.
I might be a terrible human being, but he wants to be a mangaka. So there's that.
And then Ippo goes retarded.
Wow.
No.
I'm assuming that's what happens.
Yeah.
Just goes brain
So
dead.
back on actual track. Ippo decides, hey, I want to be a boxer. I want to be just like Mike Tyson.
Because apparently Mike Tyson as a kid was a bitch.
Well, pretty sure that's like a common thing. that people
Makes
talk
sense.
Well, wasn't Mike Tyson beating up grown-ass men by the age of fucking 12 for money?
If he wasn't,
but
I
I
would be
mean-
severely disappointed.
about. But I mean, like, isn't that a common fake thing you're talking about? Like, I've heard
I've
that a lot.
never actually heard that before.
Oh, I've heard that a lot. Like, I've never seen anything that actually corroborates it, but I've heard people say that.
Everything I ever heard of Mike Tyson is that by the time he was like 12, he was beating up grown-ass men, and by the time when he was 5, he was beating the shit out of other kids who were like twice his age.
Most of the stuff I always hear is, "Oh, he was such a nerd." No, I don't even know, but like he was bullied all the time and shit like that. But
See,
whatever.
I've never heard of him even losing a fight until he was like 25.
Whatever, who cares? He's pretty much like, I want to be Mike Tyson.
He was like Mike Tyson gained the eyes of the fighter or some shit. Eyes of the tiger.
Got the eyes of the fighter. Something. I can't.
Oh my God! You don't. Eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals.
No,
At
I
the
played the other song
last,
on
no
purpose.
survival. The trade in the night. It's something.
Really?
Of the tiger.
Dude,
And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. You goddamn
Do
bastard.
do 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 do.
So can we go? So
Eye of the tiger.
okay,
Yeah, by the age of 13, he was arrested 38 times.
swag. But once again, I'm not saying that this is true.
Now
I'm
he
saying
now the
this
part
is
where
a
they
common thing that people
apparently
talk
a kid did rip the head off one of his pigeons, but he was also robbing banks. Apparently, I'm assuming.
So he wasn't a bitch?
No, Mike Tyson was never a fucking bitch.
Okay, once again, I never said this was true. I just said that this is something people fucking talk about. Like, it doesn't make it true.
It should.
People talk about women's rights. Doesn't make that shit real.
Huh. Mike Tyson's brother is a physician assistant. That's weird.
Okay?
It's just like
Anyway, back to the fucking manga.
that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah.
You know what? Just end the podcast. Honestly. It's
Uh.
going to be the entire podcast. Like,
No, it's good. We can save it.
We got this. Nah, but no, seriously. All right, let's talk about the actual manga. I guess we should.
yeah.
I guess I should stop having fun at Zach's expense.
It's.
I guess
you
we should
do
all
this
just
for
stop
everyone.
having fun.
You know what? Maybe you should. God damn.
Thanks, Zach.
You're
ruined it.
welcome. You know what? I'm happy that you're sad. I'm happy.
I'm
I
never-
know I don't care about Harrison.
Yeah.
Here, there's nothing to care about Harrison for.
Hey man.
Harrison
be-
Ford.
Da da da. So,
Actually,
I said that.
can
I
we
just
actually get
don't
Quest
give a
back?
fuck.
Can we actually just get Quest back?
Honestly, tonight he would be so much better than me.
I mean, possibly.
Did he talk before?
No,
During
not
the
really.
episode.
Really?
So yeah.
Thank you, Master.
Yeah, anyway. So, Takamura gives Ippo the pretty much old name, like, fuck, you can't be a pro boxer, don't look down on us.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, you have to like go catch the leaves."
You have to catch 10 leaves.
And then he does it with one hand because he trains every day. And he does it like with one hand. He's like, "Oh my god, he was only supposed to do it with 2 hands."
Yeah,
What a
flashback to
G.
fucking arachnid.
What a G.
People becoming pros by accident.
Admittedly, it does take him like at least 6 months instead of 2 fucking weeks. So it's
I mean,
better.
it was like a week, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah.
like for him to actually learn how to box.
Oh, yeah, for him to actually learn how to box, it took him like 6 months. But for him
It
to
took him
get
a while
just,
to learn the method, yeah. But like to get buff as hell and like figure out the jab.
Well, he was already big.
he was already buff.
Yeah,
That's what we just talked about.
that is literally what we just talked about.
Okay, fine. God, Jesus.
Right?
How do you
Yeah,
win?
it's- You're just objectively wrong. Like,
Hey,
anyway.
at least it's objectively.
But it
What
was...
the actual fuck are you talking about? What the actual fuck are you talking about?
Anyway, pretty much, yeah, so I mean, it takes him a week to learn how to jab, pretty much, is what happens.
And that's all he can do.
And that, yeah.
I feel like it's weird. It's like he's never actually thrown a punch in his entire life.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, people have, thrown punches before who still don't know the correct jab technique. Like,
You mean rotate your hands and throw forward?
Yeah.
People don't know that?
Yeah.
How do you even punch without doing that?
Without rotating your wrist?
Legitimately, I feel like...
You do realize that you took a martial arts class. You were in martial arts for a long time.
That is true.
Funny, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Honestly, it's not, correct fucking...
How do you,
No, honestly, correct jab correct ways to throw every punch and shit is not common knowledge.
But, how do you
not super common.
I'm confused, how do you even throw a punch without rotating?
Extend the arm.
That's, not a punch, though. That feels weird as fuck.
That's because you know how to throw a punch!
True.
There's no other way to explain this. It's not common knowledge. Anyway, so he learns how to throw his punches, and then he gets to beat the Miata-kuns.
Somehow.
So there, in the entirety of this manga, all the way up to chapter 1092, there is a love triangle, pretty much. Where it's Ippo trying to get with a girl, but his real goal...
I don't think we've actually
seen
the girl. I don't think we've seen the girl yet.
You haven't seen her yet, but whatever. His real waifu is Miata.
I like how I was actually the one talking, not trying to be spoiled at that time.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm the hero. You saw it here first, folks. I'm the good guy of this podcast.
But on it, for this entire series, he's just like, Miata-kun's so cool. He's my goal. I definitely don't want to touch his dick.
Yeah, I don't really understand the whole, how do you,
He just saw, what literally happened is he walked into the gym, and he was like, wow, that kid's my age, and he's so good.
I'm going to then fight him.
His dick.
Give me the D.
Give me the dick. Give it to me now, though. Oh no, Miata-kun, I beat you so bad that you're moving to a different country.
I don't understand how he beat him, though. It seemed... I understand how he actually... I understand... I saw it.
Yeah, he hit an uppercut.
Yeah, but it feels like he shouldn't have beat him.
Yeah, well, it's obviously a very exaggerated thing, but it's still a real thing. Getting hit on the tip of, right here is way worse than taking a full one.
True, but even before that, it wasn't it seemed like it should have been him just getting completely bodied.
Well, to be fair, Miata does start the first half of the fight doing jack shit. Just being like, haha, I can just throw jabs the entire time.
Also, why would you ever do that in a fight? I don't even care if it is because you think somebody sucks. Take shit seriously.
It's a spar.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna fucking do flying knees to the face, nigga. Shut it to the flying knee.
Yeah, Ippo beats the black guy at the end. Let's just skip ahead. Ippo beats the black guy at the end.
Do they ever show the black guy? Does he ever come back?
Did they ever show the black guy's dick?
Yes.
And make jokes about it?
No.
Because they did a lot of backstory with them, and then it's just
they do that with every person Ippo fights.
Really?
Literally every opponent, they will have backstory.
But it's
that's how you make good fucking opponents.
Well, yeah, but it's they just oh, I kind of want to know what happens to them afterwards. There's nah, sorry, there's too many characters. We can never talk about this guy ever again.
You see pretty much every character again.
Alright. Well, admittedly, there's 1,000 chapters.
Yeah. Well, there's some that you haven't seen yet that he fights them 4 times because they're challenging him for titles and shit.
Yeah, I'm assuming that would happen.
And yeah, there's some that they disappear for 300 chapters and they come back badasses from Russia.
But see, that's
literally the character's I disappeared to Russia, and then just comes back.
Body.
Comes back with a fucking scar and shit.
I am the Lost Ranger.
Yeah.
And I'm here to beat you, Ippo.
Essentially, what this manga ends up being is you're watching the rise of who's supposed to be the greatest featherweight boxer ever.
And he fights.
And then he fights real champions and gets the living shit kicked out of him. But
And then he dies.
he almost dies, actually, at one point.
Really?
Yeah, that little backstory for him. I don't care how far I'm spoiling into it. George Morikawa was in the hospital, and he was actually, like, dying.
I don't know who that is.
The writer?
He's
Oh.
a writer.
Okay.
And, like...
I don't honestly know the writer of, like, any of these things we read.
But I talked about it.
Did
Fucking
we?
talked about it. Anyway. So he was really, really sick. And he was pretty much, well, fuck, if I die, the series won't end. So it was at the end of a fight that when he started to get really sick around. So he had the dude pretty much, like, Ippo barely wins the fight and then passes out. And then for, like, 3 or 4 chapters, it's then, like, all of him and his family in the hospital. And, like, all the other boxers going, fuck, is he gonna wake up?
They're making an Ip Man 3, and Mike Tyson's going to be in it.
Hitman?
Ip Man.
Oh,
And 3 was already made.
They're making another one.
they made a
You can't
Hitman
make-
3?
You can't make another Hitman.
I don't know how. It's coming out in March. It just
Any-
started filming this year. Like this month. Like last month. It will come out in 3D in 2016.
Alright, so are we just done with the podcast?
Nah, because we're talking about Mike Tyson. So
Is there anything else to talk
Holy-
about?
We aren't even talking about Mike Tyson.
we were though.
That was like 20 minutes ago.
Was that even in this conversation, this podcast?
No. It wasn't. Jesus Christ.
I love this podcast so much.
Like, we haven't even gotten to a single fucking match yet.
Alright, so then he like starts first we talked about the one match against him versus the guy, and then he punched him in the face.
Miata.
Yeah.
The rival for the entirety of the series.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
I've
So-
read literally 30 chapters of the series.
I mean,
That
so
little fucking
Miata...
pipsqueak stays his rival for the entire series?
Well, I mean, it kind of makes
Well-
sense if you think of like you want a kind of like a rival for your character, somebody to like a mirror match almost in a way.
Yeah. And, well, it's not even a mirror match. It's polar opposites.
Yeah, mirror match. I
Like-
mean, that's still technically kind of a mirror match.
I guess. But yeah, it's pretty much... Ippo is a very, heavy hitter boxer. Rush in, smash shit. And Miata is he plays like it's Fight Night Round 3. Counter punching. Woo!
I mean, honestly, I do both. You punch them, and then they start punching you back, and then you counter punch. So basically, you just body.
But yeah, so I mean, his whole deal is he does like the dangerous counter punching shit where you literally throw your body into it. So it's like, all right, if you miss it all, you just get knocked the fuck out. So he ends up being the rival character. Ippo beats Miata. Miata's whole thing is that his dad
Got
was a
fucking
boxer.
dead. He got fucking wrecked.
Yeah, he actually gets straight wrecked. His dad was a boxer.
And he was supposed to
And he
win a
was-
match, right? And then he was winning, and the guy just got a lucky punch off and just shattered his skull.
Yeah, it was a lucky punch in that the dude just straight up hit him with a hook.
And his
Fucking shattered his jaw. And then his dad became an alcoholic and no one...
I thought he just became a bitch. I didn't.
Oh, no. He never became a bitch. He
Well,
was
no,
in the hospital for a while, and then he was an alcoholic.
Oh, well, I thought they were like he was scared of ever getting in the ring. He had no.
No, it was pretty much, he was like, well, I'm not going to get in the ring anymore because your mother left and won't tell me where she is.
Okay, maybe that happened. Maybe they tell you that later.
No, they tell you that, like, chapter 20.
I could have sworn
No,
they were like.
Chapter 15, around there.
I could have. They were like he was just in the
It's-
hospital, and he was like he had no will to fight.
It's when Miata's sitting alone after Ippo walks away, when he's sitting on the hillside.
Maybe I missed that.
It's real brief. It's like a panel. It's a panel that's literally just explains shit that happened. But yeah, so I mean, it comes down to his dad was like, "Well, I can't box anymore. I'm gonna make you the bestest of the boxer coons," and then he becomes the bestest of the boxer coons. And until Ippo beats the shit out of him so hard that he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go fight in Thailand now." I can't.
Thailand is the place to go if you want to get the shit beat out of somebody.
Pretty much, he just goes, "Well, I can't compete with you. I have brought shame, pretty much, and I can't come back to this country until I am ready to beat you in a match.
I'm just imagining Ippo's father in like that video of Bill O'Reilly as Bill O'Reilly going, "Fuck it, we'll do it in Thailand." There's hookers there. We'll beat them shitless.
Yeah. So and this is all
hookers.
before Ippo even gets his boxing license.
Yep.
Someone call Rape Man.
Let's never talk about that ever again.
We're not talking about podcast until
Well, now that
we read
you've
Rape
said
Man.
that.
I'm not reading that either, because I'm
Now
pretty
that you've
sure.
said that, we need to mention it every episode.
Yes, let's just mention Rape Man, the most fucked up. Like, how did somebody write that?
Back to Hajime no Ippo.
I mean, admittedly, they did come out around the same time. Oh shit, what was the same guy? And he faked his death when he was tired of like being. Oh
Dude.
shit.
And the end of Hajime no Ippo, it'll be a crossover with Rape Man, where it's Hajime no Ippo. Ippo is Rape Man.
So I've been pushing it for a while. When this series ends, it needs to turn into the Big Dick Adventures of Ippo and be called Hajime no
You know what?
Ippo.
It needs to be turned to berserk. It just needs to turn to berserk, like the fucking sun. It's like a fucking eclipse just happens out of
Nick,
nowhere.
behind me here. Hajime no Harem?
No,
I feel like there needs to be
Hajime
a
no
way to work
berserk.
dick into the title, but yes.
Hajime no berserk. Griffith
But-
shows up. No, Minata turns into Griffith.
But, did you say Minata?
Minato, whatever the fuck that.
Miata.
No, that's-
Okay, straight up, I've never
yeah.
actually heard his name pronounced because I didn't watch the anime. So,
It's spelled M-I-Y-A-T-A.
but it's Japanese.
But it's Japanese. Fuck you, you're Japanese.
I don't know how they pronounce shit. I'm a fucking American.
No,
Yeah.
you're Japan.
No,
That's
shut up. You forgot what the
established.
name was.
No, I'm a damn American.
You just forgot what
I'm a
the name
damn
was.
American.
There's no way you thought a Y would make an N sound.
I'm a
Fuck.
damn American. I thought the
Fuck.
Y was silenced.
Anyway.
So-
Anyway, Hajime no Harem. That would literally translate into Harem the Fighting.
Isn't that already a series, Girls Are Wild?
That's a 30 series.
What?
That's like every manga that I read. Harem the Fighting.
That is true. Also, every series Karawaka makes.
Yeah. I don't even know what we're talking about.
We were talking about
So, the Big Dick Adventures of Ippo. Ippo has a big dick, which is shameful.
Yep. Also, black people. Fuck the black people.
There's a lot of scenes.
Fuck the black
Just
people
talking,
and Ippo
bruh.
at the same time. Because they
Like-
both have dicks.
It's literally just Takamura walking into showers and being like, haha, look at this dick.
Ippo has a gigantic penis. That should make him sad? I mean, admittedly, once your penis gets to a certain size, you can't have sex with people.
Although,
But I don't think it's supposed to be that big.
some of my favorite parts of the early fights is just right before the fight when they cut to the stands and it's Takamura going, "Go big dick Ippo, you're so cool. Your dick's so big. In a way, his is bigger than yours.
They
Big
just really need
dicks
to take.
always win."
They just need to take Ippo into America and bring his friends with him so they can scream that, and all the women will just be fawning over him. Hajime no Harem in America. Oh my god, it works.
So more spoilers. There's kind of something that happens like that, but it's where there's an American guy who's like the biggest heel ever, comes in, and he's like he's the greatest champion, and they're doing an interview
Hulk
with him,
Hogan.
and it's like,
He just Hulk Hogan.
you're pretty much, hey, you're a great champion, blah blah. Talking about, well, there's gonna be Japanese champion. Someone says something like that, and he just grabs the mic and he's like, "You want champions? Bring your nation's women to my room. In 20 years, your country will be filled with champions."
So he's just Genghis Khan? As an American?
You pretty much, yeah. No, he's Shao Kahn. He's just literally just Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn doesn't have any children, though.
No, well,
Actually, he doesn't have literally any
But
children.
the entirety of the demeanor is Shao
Oh.
Kahn.
Oh
he is.
shit, does he break people's spines?
Yes,
Oh shit.
he kills someone. Dude, people die in this series. Like, people die in the ring.
I mean, hey man, if he dies.
Oh my fucking
If
God.
he dies,
they made
he
the
dies.
movie Jawbreaker into a musical.
They made a movie called Jawbreaker?
But hold on, we'll talk about that later.
It's a shitty knockoff of Mean Girls.
Like, this is an actual conversation I want to have. But we'll have that later. God damn it.
Fucking better.
Okay. Anyway, so fucking big dicks are shameful. Women will scream at them if you're Japanese.
Oh shit. Can we make a horror film?
Excuse me, going to Japan so I can record women's screams.
Let's be real here. Your dick will be at least average in Japan.
Which is actually much higher than Japan's average.
Let's see. Japanese?
Yeah, I think when I actually look numbers, apparently there's no difference. Apparently, British dick size is still like 5.5, no matter what country you're in.
I've heard the smallest dicks in the world are Australian dicks.
Well, that makes
Average
sense.
of 5.3 inches.
Actually, America is behind Japan.
I would be, you know what? I'd be angry. I'd be a criminal too if I had a tiny dick. Makes sense for Australia.
The average penis in Japan, erect, is 5.33 inches.
Why are we talking about
And the
this?
diameter is 1 inch and 39 at the head and 1 inch 25.25 at the shaft. I win! Oh shit! Now South Koreans are 3.78 inches.
Ouch. That's an average. Fuck. Well, if you ever need to impress a chick, make sure she's South Korean. Anyway, back to the Hajime no Dickens.
You know what?
Yeah.
I feel like this should be really racist, but guess where the largest dick is from?
Africa.
Congo. With 7 inches.
Damn, that's a huge average. Holy shit.
Wait, that's the average?
Yes.
Huge.
Damn.
That's fucking insane. Jesus.
I was about to say, that's not that great. I got a friend that's 9 inches, but then I was like, oh shit, that's average.
That's average.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
damn.
Man, it must suck to be like the smallest dick guy. The smallest dick guy.
The smallest dick guy in the
How
Congo
small
has like
is
a
shame
he has
entire
like
tribe.
the smallest
Congo's
dick in
not
Congo is probably like 5.8 inches.
Shit, man.
Anyway,
Small baby, shame family.
so skip ahead. There's some training. A lot of this opening part is just Ippo learning how to fight.
Like, because at first they don't teach him how to throw anything besides a jab.
Well, yeah, no, it's literally the first thing he learns is how to jab, and then Takamura brings him into the boxing gym. He's like, "Hey, this kid wants to be a fighter," and the coach is like, "Well, time to put him up against the best rookie. Let's watch him get the shit kicked out of him, so I don't have to teach this faggot."
Which makes him the kind of the worst coach.
Yeah, but he turns into the best coach.
Yeah, but I mean, just think about it, like, I don't know if you're any good or if you even have the potential to be good. So I'm gonna make you. It's like me going to a gym and being like, "Hey, I want to learn how to play basketball." I was like, "Okay, well, you learn how to dribble, so now it's time for you to play LeBron James."
Well, no, the thing is that the coach didn't even know how much he knew of boxing. He was just literally put this gear on, get in there, and spar with him.
Which also makes him a terrible adult.
And then also...
Because he could have just died.
Let me tell you about this. That spar, yeah, with the just died thing, Ippo went down 6 times in that spar.
Which, due to the fact he's like 16...
Oh, he's like 15 or 14.
Probably not good for his, development.
No, not
Foot
at all.
development.
But I
He's
mean-
already fully developed.
Like, imagine watching the single spar where someone went down 6 times. They wouldn't let you, like, after 2 times, they'd be like, "Alright, dude, stop."
Huh.
Like, this is a spar. But, yeah. That happens, and then he becomes the badass man, beats up Miyata. And then they're like, "Oh no, now you need to go get your Class C license." Where you get...
Oh, a guy just got... Okay, so the Class C license, like, they have to do a little bit of sparring, right? To see, like, if you're good enough to be an actual boxer. And this one
The
guy...
guy you're thinking of is Mashima.
He punches a guy on the ground and then mounts him and just starts First, he starts beating. Guy gets knocked out while standing, and he just punches him so he doesn't fall over. Then when he does fall over, when the guy tries to stop him from punching him anymore, the referee, he throws the referee off of him, mounts the guy, and just starts throwing punches at his face.
See,
and then they pass him.
that last part's not true.
He gets on
He
it.
never mounted someone.
It looked like he mounted
You
him.
think he did? He didn't. He never did.
It,
What ended up happening is he does beat the shit out of him. He keeps him up way after the dude's knocked out. But what you think was him mounting was literally he was punching the dude in the face with like really quick jabs as he was falling, like as he was going down to the ground.
But
once his shoulders touched the mat, he never touched him. But up until that point, he was
Allegedly.
wailing on him.
but like, and then they pass him.
Yeah, they passed him.
How? He threw the referee off of him and just continued punching the man.
And believe it or not, what I said about like all the boxers, even our villain characters, they're like sympathetic villains, rings true for Mashiba. Like he's a fucking bad man, but they do some shit that makes him sympathetic.
How could he? Okay, I want to know how they make him. We can't because that'd be spoilers.
It's actually really spoilery, like pretty spoilery.
That's why I said don't actually.
Yeah. It's a fairly good reason that he ends up doing it. I mean, a lot of it is just literally he likes hurting people, but the reasoning behind him liking
It's like
people,
his daddy was the super alcoholic with the baseball bats.
his daddy
Why
was
does that
the super
sound like a
alcoholic
fucking Outcast lyric?
His-
I can't make what? How does that sound like an Outcast lyric?
I don't know, but
His
his
daddy
daddy
was a super alcoholic with the baseball bats. I don't know. That sounds like something Andre would say.
his daddy was a super alcoholic who liked to drive.
With the baseball bat?
No, just with his.
Bashing up the mailboxes in the ghetto.
Just
Is
with
that
his
really a
sister
ghetto
and his
thing?
mother.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, so they died, or one of them died.
Everyone but his sister died.
It did. She got punched in the face.
Actually, yes. That's so way far. Yeah, we are way far spoilers. So at one point, this is like way past all like a bites, like 700 chapters in. There's
Jesus
a way
Christ.
worse villain that shows up. He is like, there is no redeeming for this character. He is the villain of villains. He shows up, and right before the fight, like Kumi, the sister, is just looking at his bike and was like, "Oh hey, you know, there's like a bunch of shit just sitting on the seat, like somebody poured shit on it. Let me wipe it off." And then you just hear from behind her, "Don't fucking touch my bike, whore!" And then he just wails her.
Damn.
And then it turns into pretty much, eventually it's into Mashiba just killing him in the ring. Damn near killing him.
Wrecked him. Damn.
Like this time he actually mounts him.
Nice.
He knocks him out and then assumes a full mount position and starts raining elbows.
So wait, let's just back up a few minutes. All of Ippo's family like dies?
No.
Ashima's, what the hell?
I was just so confused because I have been tuning in and tuning out here and there.
Man, we really do need Klesk back.
We do need Quest back.
You never had him to begin with.
Anyway, you know what? It's still better.
Sorry, but I'm not.
But yeah, but he is a bad man. He does he almost mounts someone. Like, I can see where you think he's mounting him, but it's what's supposed to be is it's as he's falling, he's throwing punches. And he does that in every fight he's in.
And he
Like,
doesn't
they show
give.
pretty much a teaser reel of like all the fights he's in, and it's just him working dudes.
How does he not get like disqualified?
Because he works dudes within the legal limits, apparently.
Like what? I feel like
I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. But he does. But so the Class A license or Class C license shit goes through. Ippo knocks the dude out with one punch.
he's
Like,
got
he
that
literally
super
makes the
fist,
dude do a cartwheel.
and then they let him box other kids.
And everyone lives happily ever after with Ippo's big dick in their mouths.
Big dick. And No, nowhere near their mouths. Ippo doesn't get any for the entire series.
Until the last chapter where it's just a giant explicit, like, 10
Until Hajime no
chapter,
harem starts.
a 10 chapter sex scene.
What
Like,
if in the last
just like
chapter
Wolf
they
Guy,
revealed
except with less rape.
What if in the last chapter they revealed that Ippo died in his first match and he's just been like in a coma this entire time in match?
Minato just killed him with one, just killed him.
I would probably actually rage. Like, I might honestly just get to. You know what? I made a joke before in one of these podcasts. There was every day I play a drinking game. It's called Drink Until I Don't Care Anymore. Well, that day would be the day of I play a drinking game of drink until I don't feel like shooting myself anymore.
Man, that's the greatest joke ever. LOL. We're LOL.
So awesome.
LOL.
Yay.
Oh.
But yeah. So Class C license.
I thought you said Class C license.
I thought you said Kleski license.
Okay, I don't
What do you
understand.
get a license to do from me?
What? Oh, man, was that a rape joke?
Just a
Maybe.
I think that was a rape joke. But yeah, then he starts boxing and then he wins. And then the black man with the black fighting technique. Black fighting technique. You know what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess
fuck.
the Okada fight just never happened.
I don't give a shit about Okada. Okada's a bitch. Got fucked up. His girl about to leave him because he's such a bitch-made nigga.
Yeah, literally. His girlfriend's like, "You lose too many fights.
He's a
Yep.
bitch.
Why are you literally never? Why are you literally never practicing? But
It's
you
like, you
lose
piece of
every
shit,
other
you
fight."
don't do anything.
I
You don't even
can't.
try.
I can't give you the pussy because you was a bitch.
Also, my dad said not to give you pussy.
Because you.
the pussy, you're gonna have to beat it out of me.
Wow.
But you couldn't even do that, you bitch.
We're gonna
If
get.
you want to get some of that pussy, you got to work on your right hook.
I mean, that would make me work on my right hook. I mean, I guess it depends on the type of pussy. Like if it's like, if it was like really, really fat pussy.
That was the sound of the pussy squeaking.
Well, maybe if your right hook was good enough, you could beat it into skinny pussy.
Holy shit! You know, technically, if you think about it, you could do an entire workout regime of you just punching somebody.
I don't know. Maybe a succession of jabs would make it a flat pussy.
Okay, I want to know about this like rectangular, these spherical pussies you're finding.
I didn't say I'd seen them.
Ippo's about to hit him with the Joffrey uppercut to the pussy.
Wait, did Joffrey ever do that? Did Joffrey ever actually put his hands on any character? Joffrey from thing.
From Deadpool.
No, Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
I'm not talking about him.
Uh,
I'm talking about the dude that his uppercut's named after. The boxer from like the 40s.
all I can think of when you say,
Sir Uppercut.
okay, when you say Joffrey, I just instantly think of what Game of Thrones.
Well, I mean, but they call it the Joffrey.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit. I've read 30 chapters when I've read literally like 5 books of Game of Thrones. Do you know how many pages of? I mean, because it's a
Well, I
good
mean,
book
to be
series.
fair, he did like there were like 4 or 5, like no, like most of them had 3 years between each release. The most recent one has like 4, so
But yeah,
it
like,
had some fucking time.
but yeah, like I've read. You know what I mean? So whenever I see that name, and also I don't hear that name all that often, so that's just like that's what it goes to in my head.
Anyway, he uppercuts her in the pussy.
And then she
Okada
dies.
gets the shit kicked out of him. And then he's like, "Oh, but you did great. You actually trained for once. We won't kick you out of the gym this time." I
And
guess.
And then he never boxes again, I'm assuming.
Actually, yes. I well, no, he boxes, but he doesn't like. He wins like 3 or 4 in a row, loses a couple, and then eventually they cut over to him like way further into the manga, and he's super fat, and he's just a trainer.
Damn.
And he's pretty much like, she asks him what happens, and this is why I'd like to bring up the point that in this manga, Ippo ruins more lives than any villain in it.
For real?
Jesus.
Like, he ends more careers than anyone.
Yo,
How?
Literally, they're
Is
like,
this Odada? Or whatever his name was that he
Okada.
fucking...
guess
Okada.
what?
yeah, so pretty much they ask him, so why'd you stop boxing?
Montgomery,
And he was like,
Alabama.
well, every
Playing for
time
Ippo.
somebody would start to
But
go
they told
with like
me
a
about
right
2
hook
days.
that looked like Ippo's, my body physically reacted to it.
God damn.
Like, it wasn't something I was controlling, my subconscious did it. Because he beat him so bad that his body was like, oh shit, don't let that happen.
So why do people box him?
Because they're like, I want to be the champion. There's one guy that's like, hey, he's a promising upstart rookie. In the next fight, Ippo shattered his jaw and his orbital bone.
Like, Jesus.
There's one where it's literally every time like a straight, because Ippo hit him with like 40 straights in a row when he was almost knocked out. So every time a straight comes at him, he instinctively closes his eyes so he can no longer box.
Jesus.
He ends like 6 or 7 careers.
He's the super violent man.
He
With the
is.
super fist. Super
Damn.
fist.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. That's the plot of manga. His fist is so strong that he disintegrates ribs
And lives.
and careers.
So how is he not just like the most dangerous man ever born?
Did he
I
ever
mean-
lose any matches?
Yes. He's lost like 3 or 4 matches. They were all to world champions.
So how did he lose them then? Was there like some specific
He got the
weakness?
shit kicked out.
The other guy was like
The other guy was
legitimately
that-
killing. He could like probably kill every human being on the planet.
No, I mean literally every time it just comes down to the dude was better.
Which I mean, I'm assuming is how you lose most fights.
Yeah, like the dude had a better guard. He threw better punches. Ippo got knocked out.
I mean,
Yeah.
how else are you supposed to lose a fight? Oh, I'm sorry. He just had the super technique of instant kill on him.
I mean, usually when somebody
No.
loses some sort of fight, they just like they have something that they did wrong, one particular thing, and then they fucked up. Like
No,
that's
it's-
the way those kind
most of the time you lose a fight it's because the other guy is better.
Oh
than
yeah,
you.
no, but I get what he's saying in manga, like shonen manga specifically. But all the losses, there's no like gimmick to it. There's none of that bullshit. It's just he lost.
Yeah.
He got into the match and was not as good as the champion, and he lost. It's never like a crushing defeat kind of thing, though. It's like the ones, honestly, the fights that he loses are some of the best fights in the manga.
Yeah.
Like those fights are the longer ones. They're better than a lot of them because some of them, honestly, some of them are just Ippo wins. LOL.
Wow.
There's one where it's just there's a jobber. There's literally a jobber. They don't even tell you his name. There's like, all right, he's against Ippo next in the tournament. It is 6 pages of Ippo just pushing him into a corner and wailing on him. And the dude slumps down in the corner and he's like, winner by knockout! 13 seconds!
Winner by murder.
Do all of his wins happen to be by knockout? Like,
I'm assuming like at least 90% of them have to be by knockout.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
He has never taken a fight to decision.
Oh shit, is he just... Wait,
If he loses a match, he loses by knockout.
I feel like that would be an interesting... So, like, the last chapter is going to be by decision. Like, the last fight is going to be a decision fight. And then somebody...
You see it?
And then he's going to die.
Because the last fight's obviously going to be Miata versus Ippo. Because it still hasn't happened.
Oh man, it goes to decision. He wins, and then he like slumps over dead.
I mean, that's also probably what it's leading up to. Because another thing with all of Ippo's fights is that he doesn't come out of any of them except the one jobber fight looking good. All of them he comes out like he can't hear anymore, or like he can't see out of one eye. His face is covered in
So
blood.
pretty much Ippo is just he fights completely on this principle of as strong as he needs to be until he loses.
Yeah, it's pretty much like hit until you get knocked out. Hopefully your fist will be stronger than his fist.
So he's not Mike Tyson. He doesn't have the fist is not impenetrable.
His defense is impenetrable until they become all Supermen that he fights. There's literally a point in this manga where he's passing out, he's falling back down, like he's on the ground, passed out. Looks up, can't see anything except like the blur of stadium lights. And he's just like, I see the coach and the lights.
I feel like that. I think we read that.
Undertaker sits up.
I think we read that.
No, that's like 800 chapters.
There's like a fight where he like gets knocked out and then he just gets up.
Oh, that happens every fight.
But he's like, I don't remember what happened. Like, how did I win this fight, guys?
That happens like every fight.
What
That's he literally gets knocked the shit around every fight.
Okay.
And barely squeaks out a win.
That's kind of bad.
And then, I mean, every once in a while he has the fight where it's just him tooling on someone, but...
I feel like just be a better middle ground than just like, I can't remember how I won, guys. I'm literally going brain dead.
Well, like, he doesn't... Okay, he doesn't not remember most fights, but he does get knocked down in, like, almost every fight.
This has just been like this has just been an era, like 100 chapters of him just, like, bodying everybody in every single fight.
There was a good, like, 20 or 30 chapters of just jobbers.
Oh shit!
Like,
so it was the beginning of Rocky 3 until
yes.
So it went away. It was just Rocky 3, and then freaking Clubber Lang showed up.
And yeah, actually, pretty much. Like, you're almost right on the money. It's he does that, and then they call him a Shimibu. It's a dude with a giant neck, like he has a huge, thick ass, like muscly neck.
What?
He's about as tall as Ippo, but weighs like 35 more pounds than him.
How is he
just stocky muscle?
So how is he boxing in the same weight class as him?
Because Ippo is at the bottom of the weight class.
Oh, okay.
He's literally at the limit for featherweight.
How does he weigh? Like 95 pounds.
I think
Does
he
he still
weighs
do the whole fucking fasting thing even still?
No, that's actually a point in the manga. He barely ever has to fast.
So he doesn't.
The only time the only thing he does with his diet is pretty much power food.
Wow.
So he's never actually done like weight class or weight trimming.
Well, there's one point where he has to, like, he drops weight just to be faster, but
how much weight did he lose to get that much fast?
I think he lost like 10 pounds.
But he's already at like the bottom weight limit.
Well, he sits the bottom weight limit most of the time. It raises and drops. Like, pretty much they keep him within the weight limit. But yeah, he does have to do his fasting every once in a while, but it's not too much. But I don't know, that's another good point about the manga I like too, though. They do go into a lot of just boxer psychology, pretty much. Just how shitty it actually is a lot of the time to do any kind of sport professionally. Especially a fucking combat sport.
And have to lose weight.
Yeah, just literally stop drinking at some points. Like, fuck it. Too much weight, too much water weight, gotta stop.
Who's that one person Ronda Rousey was talking about who's just like, that bitch ever actually try to lose weight? I would actually fight her.
I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right, though?
Yeah, I remember, but I know what you're talking about, but I have no clue what she was talking about. Like, I remember seeing that quote. That's it.
I want to be a fighter and just, like, not have to, like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care, I'm the best. I don't have to lose weight. You don't have to gain weight to fight me.
Yeah.
While eating, like, 10 pounds of pizza.
Yeah, this dude pretty much is, like, the big dude I was talking about, Shimabukuro, is pretty much Clever Lang. It comes down to he's like, well, I can't figure out the way to stop Ippo's, his, like, finishing move, pretty much, or what his signature is the Dempsey roll. He's like, well, I can't figure out a way to stop the Dempsey roll, but I bet you I'm strong enough to take every hit and just hit him back in the face every time he comes up for a hit. And that works. It works out. To the point where Ippo almost loses the fight because he won't stop using the Dempsey roll.
So his whole strategy was, I could just take the hits.
Well, yeah. So
he just tanks the fight.
So do you know what the Dempsey roll actually is?
No, they haven't
like
showed you
Jack
yet.
Dempsey?
I have no clue.
Nope.
Well, it's
Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey.
Oh, Jack Dempsey. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so you know, the figure 8 pattern.
Yeah.
So it's literally every time he comes up from the figure 8, he throws a punch, and the dude's just like, well, I'll take the punch and just throw one straight back every time.
But and he's able to do like the same, or
he does way more damage because I guess Ippo's literally throwing his face into it, and his neck is supposed to be so strong.
What's
Dude ends up getting knocked out.
I want to see how large this guy's neck is.
I can find you a picture. But yeah. Oh, and then there's the black magic. Let's just end this. There's black magic men. The black fighting style.
Yeah, the black fighting technique. Oh.
Yeah,
Fight.
And it's literally, it goes on to explain, like, this is what we mean by this.
It was still
But
pretty racist.
It's still pretty racist.
Apparently,
It's literally
all
just
black
like
people.
black people are better at fighting.
No, it's like black people have a certain way of fighting. It's like, I feel like they have a technique, the black fighting technique.
We shared among our black brethren, and it is passed on whether or not you want it.
Yes, all of us have the exact same. I fight the exact
There's a
same.
weekly black boxing meeting.
I actually fight the exact same as Zach.
What? Oh, yeah, obviously.
And I fight completely differently from both of you.
I mean, you just don't fight.
Because I'm mulatto.
What was the martial art that you trained in?
Me, Taekwondo.
Okay.
Krav Maga.
Shut up.
Yeah, I just know Krav Maga. I have to fight people with
I'm not
knives. Like,
me, actually.
I have to fight people. You have to fight people with knives every day.
Just shut up, class.
Do you actually know what Krav Maga is?
Yeah.
Yes, I do know
Goddamn,
what fucking
guys.
Krav Maga is.
It's great for fighting against people with knives, actually.
That's what I said. That's why I said he has to fight people. With...
I know, I'm agreeing with you. I'm backing you up here.
Okay.
Alright, fine then. I guess I don't know what Krav Maga is.
Although,
Wait, do you not know what Krav Maga is?
Krav Maga pretty
I
much-
just thought it was Israeli street fighting. I didn't know it had something to
It's
do with
no,
knives.
it's for
Oh,
no. It is nowhere
It's
near
military.
Street Fighter. It is professional as fuck.
Yeah, it's military. Like,
It's mainly for like disarming and causing people pain.
yeah.
I'm not even joking. It's literally like it's supposed to hurt
no.
you and it's supposed to
The
disarm
sentence
you.
of Krav Maga is eyes, throat, dick. Go.
Also, make sure your person doesn't have a gun in their hands,
Yeah, that too.
and then break their arms.
Yeah, pretty much disable. Disable as hard as possible.
And cause a lot of
If you
pain.
can kill them, kill them.
Yeah, Israelis they don't play at all.
You know who else don't play? Jason Ozma. He's got the hooks.
He's got
That's
the
it.
boots.
Yeah, Krav Maga is fucking serious as fuck.
So yeah, the Ozma. He is the most. I have to say he's one of the most likable people that Ippo fights in the series. There's some other ones that are pretty high up there, but Ozma's just literally like, nah, it's fine, Mama-san. I'll sew this bag up for you.
That's exactly the same fucking thing that iShield 21 did too. Like, now that having read through fucking Hajime no Ippo, I'm realizing that iShield probably copied a lot of shit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the one series we're gonna watch, Karate, also copied a lot. But I
Yeah,
like Karate.
no, it
better.
does. I've read Karate Master. It does. It copies a lot over, but it's kind of like,
It doesn't.
you even count it? Because I mean, this is from the '80s. If you're not pulling shit from other shit, like, you're
Yeah.
probably not making good manga. But yeah, I can see the comparisons for iShield 21 there too. I can see
Yeah.
some of the stuff they took over.
But I'm
This
not
fucking
reading.
Apollo, I think his name was.
Even Apollo Creed shows up. You know they're making a movie called Apollo. They actually are.
Was there not already a movie called Apollo?
No, it's about Apollo Creed's grandson, I think, or is it his son?
Who gives a
I think it's his grandson, and
Oh.
Rocky's training him.
But there's Jason Ozma, the black fighter.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the black fighting
Oh,
style.
and he beats the crap out of his first partner because the guy said some shit about his family.
Wait, what?
Remember that one guy, the guy he was sparring with at the gym?
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
like broke his neck
Yeah, he does just he pretty much killed people.
with the one
Like, it's-
punch. Like holy shit, just
Like-
instant murder.
They do have gimmicky fights where it's towards the beginning a lot too, where there's the one thing you need to look out for. And for this guy, it was if you get hit by a hook, you just die.
Like literally died. And he's like 5'2".
And and this is the the thing to remember is that these people are all featherweights.
But yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
it was like I looked it up and it was like these people are 5'2".
Yeah, they're short, small dudes. But they're jacked. And
Yeah.
It's like 90% of their body is just complete solid muscle.
Like, let me be clear here. This character is the same height as Ippo.
Yeah. That dude looks tiny, actually.
Look at him.
Yeah, no, he looks short and stubby.
I guess I gotta have to. No, you know what? Too much work.
Anyway.
Okay, dude. I don't think people have that many muscles.
Also, his chest, his fucking pecs look chrome.
Like, I don't think people actually have that many muscles. Like, he has like 4 different arm muscles. Like, look at that.
Biceps.
Like, there's like 5 sets of those.
If we look at his chest, it becomes clear that he has a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pack.
That's more than a 10 pack,
Plus
dude.
more.
That's like 4 times like 5. That's like a 20 pack.
He is by far the most jacked character I've seen. In
Look at his legs. Like, what?
He has muscles in between his muscles.
Look at his legs.
Muscles.
It's like
his legs are just they're destructive.
His legs are so
disgusting.
goddamn built that he doesn't have hair.
Like, how do you, this feels like it feels like Rob Liefeld drew this.
Back to stuff that's actually on the podcast. It's supposed to be on the podcast anyway. Yeah, there is the point where the hook hits Ippo, and the scene that you were talking about where he just passes out and then gets back up to just, kid, get the fuck up!
And the guy's like, he's like, I didn't get hit by that at all. That didn't hurt. And the guy's like, the fuck?
I need to make sure, I need to put on the strong face.
And then they keep on fighting. Ippo's like, oh shit, I'm being wrecked, but I'm not really.
I need to just keep on the strongs, and then Ippo wins somehow.
Ippo wins lol.
Well,
I think
Ippo wins.
Yeah, Ippo does win, lol. And
It's like the
then
referee's just looking at a dead Ippo on the ground, and the other guy's just like, yeah, yeah, and the referee's like, nah.
Ippo won.
This is
Admittedly,
Manga.
if you think like Japan, they are also they're sporting. They can be kind of unfair.
Yeah, referees are not very trustworthy in any sport in Japan.
Oh, dude,
Like,
the fucking referees in iShield 21 let so much shit happen.
But like if you're Japanese,
strangled.
you will just win. Like
Oh,
you can
yeah.
be like you can be knocked down and be like, oh, he had the fighting spirit. He wins by fighting spirit.
It's like in Japanese sports.
Not
manga,
true,
90%
but
of
pretty
like
much.
the killer moves are totally illegal.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean there's a point in this manga too where there's a Russian boxer who's he boxes against Ippo, but he ends up being one of Ippo's friends because he's not actually like a villain character at all. He's just a boxer.
So this Japanese writer is more tolerant than Vince
Yeah.
McMahon.
Yeah, exactly, 100% more tolerant than Vince McMahon. But eventually, what ends up happening is
Jason Osma just says New Day.
like. So the boxer ends up in a match against someone that you can't knock out. He's won all of his matches by knockout previously to this, except the one that he lost to Ippo. So the next fight after that, he goes to decision, and apparently he'd been working the dude for the entire fight, and then it's like, all right, the score was 45-10 in favor of Japan, man. And now you can no longer box in Japanese boxing because no one will sponsor you, bitch.
Wow.
Bye.
Yeah,
Go back to Russia.
admittedly, Japanese people in Russia don't like each other. They have a lot of history.
Japanese people and X don't like each other.
That too.
Japanese people don't like anyone, apparently.
Hell, they don't even like
Especially
Japanese
goddamn
people.
Chinese.
Hell, they don't even like some Japanese people.
Exactly.
They will work you to death. Literally.
Well, that's only if you make anime.
Yeah. Remember, kids, don't watch anything made by A1. They literally work people to death.
Or you can watch some of the great anime that's made by A1.
Like
Just
Sword Art
not care,
Online.
Is that
Don't-
done by A1?
Yeah.
Man, if I got worked to death to make fucking Sword Art
They
Online,
do Dente Kiyoshi, though.
like shit, man, that's what you gave your life to.
Also, Aldino is
I
Zero.
died. I'm in the hospital. I am bleeding internally because my hand has just gone AWOL on my body after drawing for 47 straight hours. But at least I can look back on my accomplishments and see that I
You can
animated
talk-
27 frames of Kirito's blank face. There. I'm done.
So, I guess we've talked about this manga.
Actually, I think if the timeline that sets up, I think he was working on Fairy Tail when he died.
Ouch. Anyway,
And Persona.
It was
So,
Naz's
let's just-
birthday like 2 days
hey,
ago.
how about... Oh, yeah, it was Naz's birthday 2 days ago.
Happy birthday, Nazavix. You're not homeless anymore.
His only fucking accomplishment in life was being exposed at the vagina.
Damn.
Truth. True facts.
I love how as soon as you said that, Nozovic is now playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
All right.
So, the black boxer loses.
Because-
Ippo wins.
And that was the end of what we read.
And now
now,
it's for the start of Hajime no Harem.
So since none of us, besides him, have seen any females, we don't have to talk about them.
so
Also, there's no room for tits and ass cats this podcast.
Yay!
yeah, but so pretty much all it's come down to. Let me say this at least. There's some distinct problems with where we read up to, in that it's a starting out manga at this point. There's some great side cast that ends up getting added in. Like you get to see Aoki a little bit with his him doing his cards and shit like that, where it's where he's doing the fortune telling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And then
throwing up constantly from getting hit in the stomach.
Yeah, so him and Kimura, the other dude who's throwing up all the time, actually become pretty important characters, and I don't know, they're really good. Like they're really good characters, honestly. They add in a bunch more cast that don't end up going away, and it just kind of ends up turning into a whole boxing troupe of people that you get to watch go around with fights. I would say this. We're just gonna do our ratings. I'll give up to what we read a 7.5.
I'll say 7.
Now I'm gonna give the series as a whole a 9.
I honestly thought you were gonna say 10.
It's not 10. There's some problems with it.
I can't rate the whole series, but from what I've
mean,
read, I
obviously.
give it like an 8.
Well, no crap, you can't rate the whole series since you read 30 chapters out of 1,000.
Shut the fuck up, Harrison.
Like,
But-
so
God.
fucking.
You know what, just for that, I rate the whole series 9.
Hell yeah, you do. Good man.
I rated a 7. And
It
that's a-
is a fantastic series. It only gets stronger as it goes on. See, I mean, if you like boxing, pretty much watch it. If you've ever been into
If
boxing,
you like any sports manga, read it.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that much, but
it depends on what sports manga.
Yeah.
If you're into free,
If you like
you're probably
free.
not gonna-
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
honestly.
Kuroshima boxing-
Admittedly, I know literally nothing about Free, but I'm assuming these two series don't have too much course.
They don't. They don't at all.
Probably a good assumption.
But if you like Karate Master, you'll like this. Really, if you like any battle manga that doesn't involve swords and magic, you'll probably like this. If you love battle manga, but you fucking hate the in-between whiny tween bullshit that happens in every one, you'll like this series. Because it gets rid of the whiny teen bullshit and just replaces it with boxing! Woo!
Sadly, iShield 21 did not do that.
No, it didn't.
Ooh, there were some bad filler episodes.
Man, you really like talking about Ice Shield 21.
It's the only other sports manga I've read.
Yeah, it's... So, I mean, overall, it's definitely my favorite sports manga. I put it in top 3 for my, favorite manga. Fucking great. You should read it. You should watch the anime, too. The anime is fantastic.
Even though it's like 10 years old, so if you don't like
Well,
my old art,
well,
if you can't deal with that, like if you can't go back and watch Dragon Ball Z or shit like that, I wouldn't recommend it over me.
Well,
How
hold
long
on.
is the anime?
Well, okay, so the original run of the anime started in 2000, but they break it up into pretty much arcs. So
Yeah, but how many episodes?
I was sweet like 40.
How many episodes?
Okay, that doesn't really matter. So this has been the Manga
there's like
podcast.
150.
This has been like,
Watch that.
wait, what?
I usually don't like to watch really, really long series, but if it's good, I can get into it.
It's really good. It's literally just it is a direct transfer over. They don't skip anything or leave anything out.
Awesome.
It's really good.
I'm definitely gonna
that-
watch it then.
Yeah, and they take some of the fights that can be considered filler fights, which is